Make New Zealand Great Again, GoneBurger Tea Pāti Māori. There is no question at the present time that New Zealand is one of the most racist countries in the world. Look no further than Tea Pāti Māori, spearheaded by fake pretend 90% European part-time Maori, screaming and spewing their big mouths off with racist hatred every day from their privileged position as MPs. So, there's also little wonder that the Tea Pāti Māori party are viewed by many as nothing more than a bunch of idiotic unruly retards. Tea Pāti Māori totally ignore the ordinary everyday decent hard-working Maori in order to line their own pockets with the gravy train taxpayer dollars. Not only does New Zealand need to define the treaty principles and have them voted into law, the country, for the sake of a modern-day civilized first world, just has to get rid of all race-based politicians, policies, and organizations. There is no need for archaic racist entities in New Zealand anymore. The country is supposed to be a first-world civilized country, for goodness sake. It's time now to abolish all race-based divisive backward-thinking factions such as all Maori council wards and all Maori electoral seats, and the outdated racist Waitangi Tribunal. Keeping these racist entities can only lead to ongoing disharmony in New Zealand. A growing number of New Zealanders are also calling for the abolishment of the treaty itself, because it's viewed today by many as nothing more than an archaic piece of paper scribbled on years ago by warring savage cannibals and bears no meaning in today's civilized world. However, nonetheless, the treaty is New Zealand's founding document, but it should at least have its principles defined into law. That's a no-brainer for a civilized non-racist country. Had the French, Portuguese, Belgians, or Spanish colonized New Zealand, there would be no treaty, and there would almost certainly be no Maori people living today. Let's celebrate the treaty, but for goodness sake, let's also properly define the treaty's principles and have them recognized in law, once and for all. Interpretation of the treaty's meaning should not be left up to random political parties such as Tea Pāti Māori, or non-elected random academics, lawyers, judges, or organizations to specify deliberately erroneous meanings, in order to suit their own gravy train wealth-grabbing racist agendas. The Honourable David Seymour, leader of the New Zealand ACT Party and government coalition partner, has quite sensibly set up a campaign website to properly educate and advise all New Zealanders what the treaty principles should be. Education is a good thing, especially if it can unite New Zealand into one country, with one people and one vote. Listen to what David Seymour has to say about the treaty principles, and then get behind this great positive step for New Zealand. All necessary links are in the description section below.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Now, you may have heard all sorts of things about the treaty principles and what a terrible thing it is and how it's somehow an attack on Māori and all things Māori. I'm here to tell you that's not true. And if you want to believe what other people are saying about me, at least ask, what am I saying before you judge? I have a very simple belief that each of us, individuals and human beings, are united by something much greater than any kind of history or culture. That is universal humanity, the same rights, the same dignities for being human. And that is what has driven all the good movements in human history. Votes for everybody, equal rights above race, civil rights movements in America, and the end of apartheid in South Africa, along with the rights of people of different sexualities to be themselves and marry as they would like to be. That's what I believe. And when it comes to the Treaty of Waitangi, we as a country have a simple choice to make. We can either believe that the Treaty of Waitangi created a partnership between races, as some people have said, or we can believe that it delivers, as it says itself in the Māori version, ngā tikanga katoa rei te tahi, the same rights and duties. That is the fundamental question. If you believe that the treaty is a partnership between races, then you have to believe that tangata whenua have different rights and duties in New Zealand from tangata tiriti. And that means people get different positions in government. They get treated differently in the workplace. They get treated differently based on who their ancestors were, not what they do today and the character of their own behaviour. Or you can believe that we are all equal and that each of us, some advantaged, some disadvantaged, some of us very clever, other of us not, should all have a chance and choice in life to be the best that we can. My belief is that the latter way is the only way forward for any society. Every time we say that people have different rights based on ancestry, we breed resentment. And more importantly, we create the idea that which group you're a member of is more important than your basic value as a person. All the really bad things that have happened in history have come from that basic way of thinking, group first, individual value second. What we're asking for is a proper debate on the treaty, and our treaty principles bill would be a law passed by Parliament that says, you know what, the treaty says what it means and means what it says. We take the Māori text and we take what it literally says, that the government has the right to govern. There is one government. I know there's people who say we didn't cede sovereignty. The reality is there's 5 million of us on these islands and we do need one government. That's the first article, ture or law. The second article, or ture, says that we have the right to tiraranga tiratanga, self-determination. Now some people say that only applies to Māori. I don't see why that wouldn't apply to everybody for a number of reasons. One, as I said, we're all human. Two, many people who are Māori also are proud of many other whakapapa from around the world, so it seems crazy to try and divide the right to self-determination and property to only apply to some citizens. We believe that should apply to all. And that's backed up by the third law, or ture, which says that we have ngā tikanga katoa rei te tahi, the same rights and duties. Parliament would legislate that those are the principles. And that means that we are not a partnership between races. We're not people who have to look at our family tree to find out how we fit in. We're all New Zealanders with the same basic rights. And with that platform constitutionally, we can get stuck in to tackling the real problems and challenges that New Zealanders face. How do we get more kids to school? I'm from the far north. People not going to school is a ticking time bomb and an 80-year disaster as these people try and go through life without the basic skills to navigate the 21st century. How do we make the streets safe? What we're doing in justice clearly isn't working. How do we close gaps in healthcare? We need to be smarter and more innovative in the way we deliver it, especially as the population ages and new medical technologies are invented with greater cost. How do we make sure that everybody has a whare? We are at least 50,000 houses short in this country. It's too hard to build the roads. Just today, I heard it cost $500,000 to build a pedestrian crossing. No wonder it's expensive to build a road, and no wonder it's hard to buy a section that is connected to opportunity, meaning jobs and education for the next generation and a place they can own themselves. Those are the sorts of challenges I want to get stuck in and solve, but it requires unity or kotahitanga, and that requires an understanding of the treaty that it gives the same rights and duties to all. That is a way forward. So next time you hear somebody say something about me or my bill or what we're bringing to the table that sounds a little bit crazy, just come back and say, what is coming from the horse's mouth, so to speak? These are the facts. These are my intentions. This is what is in my manawa. This is where we want to take New Zealand to a more united and prosperous future that actually has a tighter reference to Te Tiriti o Waitangi than what anyone else is talking about.
Thank you David Seymour and the New Zealand ACT Party, Geraint, on behalf of WhangareiTim.